Before we get into today's content, just a quick thank you to Acer for providing out their amazing Helios 300 gaming laptop to allow me to edit all of the videos that I'll be providing to you guys from PAX West this year. To check out more information on the Helios 300, click the link in the description below. What is going on, everyone? I hope you are all doing well and have had a fantastic week. In case you didn't realize, I've been away for a few days. I was actually out of town on vacation, and then I had to head straight over here to PAX West, and we're going to be kicking things off today at the CoolerMaster booth, where I had a chance to check out a couple of their new products, some new chassis they're going to be bringing to the market, as well as mice and keyboards, and we're going to go over all of that. But let's start off with cases, and my favorite one that I saw here today, which was the 500P. It's very similar to like their older half-X line of cases, but obviously they've updated a bit, so they've got the tempered glass side panel with a lock and key mechanism similar to other cases that they have used in the past, which I really liked. It was by far my favorite implementation of a tempered glass side panel and how it's actually closed onto the chassis. So it's got a acrylic front window so that you can see the dual included 200mm RGB fans. It's also got a tinted gray acrylic up on top so you can kind of see down into the chassis. It's got support up top and up front for 360mm radiators, so any of you cooling enthusiasts that want to kind of cram everything that you can into this mid-tower case, then you can certainly do that here on this particular chassis. They do have a power supply shroud which is included with the case as well, and my favorite thing I think that I saw on this case was that they actually have covers on the backside for your cable management. So usually you have just a couple of channels and some zip tie down points to manage all of your cables, but on this case they've actually included a cable management shroud of sorts that will go over where your usual cable channels would be on there, which is really cool. I've not seen anything like that on a case before, so certainly looking forward to seeing that coming to market soon. There was even a cover for the back of the motherboard, so your rear motherboard, which is usually kind of exposed, they had that covered up as well, so that was definitely a cool feature. Now, as far as release is concerned on this case, we're looking at around the beginning of October, and the price is pretty reasonable as well for an RGB tempered glass case. It's going to be around $149, so not too bad at all. Now, I also had a chance to finally get to see in person the Cosmos C700P, which is going to be launching at the end of this month, September 28th actually, for $299, which is a hefty price tag. But, you know, when you see everything, you know, inside of it, how this thing is monstrous. It's a huge full tower enclosure. It's got a tempered glass window that closes with magnets, so that's pretty nice to see that, so you don't have to unscrew it every time you want to take it off. Because that's one of my main complaints I usually have about tempered glass side panels, is I hate having to unscrew the whole thing and take it off with 4 different screws. Having something like this with magnetic would probably make me a lot more likely to use a case like this. It did have RGB up on the top and the bottom that you can kind of all control on the front panel on there. And they also did include on here the same, the cable management on the backside. You're going to have a cover for that as well on this particular chassis, and there will be a power supply shroud, although here on the floor they actually didn't have the PSU shroud in this particular model because they were trying to show off their big power supply that they had in there, but the PSU shroud, I am told, will be included, and you'll be able to mount at least one SSD on there, possibly 2, but I think they said it was just 1, and then also you'll be able to put 2 on the backside as well. But that's not the limitations of this case. There's going to be a ton of hard drive cages, just like on the older version of the Cosmos, which I believe supported like 8 or 10 mechanical hard drives. This one has a ton of mechanical hard drive support on it too, so we'll just have to wait and see once this case comes out at the end of September, and maybe we'll get a chance to look at one on the channel. One last thing that I got to check out here, which was actually really new, I just got an email about this the other day, and I got to see for the first time here on the show floor, is CoolerMaster's MEM-CHANICAL keyboard, which actually uses a spring, so it's not a full-on mechanical keyboard like you're used to seeing. It is going to be a bit more affordable because of that. It's going to be $80, so we'll have to see, you know, if people like it and, you know, what the response is generally once it is available. But I was actually fooled when I first came up to it. They were just like, hey, we want you to check out this keyboard, and I started pressing switches, and I was like, what is that, a blue? It feels like a lighter blue. And they were just like, no, it's actually not a mechanical at all. So it totally fooled me on the MEM-CHANICAL keyboard. Clever naming, I suppose, kind of combining membrane with mechanical, and it uses a spring load in there. So it actually felt quite nice, $80. So yeah, hopefully we'll get to check out some more CoolerMaster products in the near future on the channel. Thank you very much to CoolerMaster for inviting me out to check out all of the new products, and I hope you guys continue to watch all of the upcoming PAX coverage that I'll be coming out with over the weekend. If you enjoyed this coverage, don't forget to leave a like on the video down below and subscribe if you're not already, and if you are already subscribed, you can hit that notification bell so you don't miss a moment of my PAX West content. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace!